This is my wife right there. You can see her name tag, Amanda Robbins, just so you know. I'm
Hello.
thrilled to be here. This week, we've been going through our, there we go. This week, we've been going through our top 5 reasons why I love being a certified performance coach. Just to recap real quick, catch everyone back up on this week. Number 1 was the ability to work from anywhere in the world. We talked about working from tropical locations, like where we live here in Puerto Rico or Costa Rica, on a cruise ship off the coast of Monaco, the ability to literally work from anywhere in the world and still deliver massive value to your clients and run your business. Number 2, we talked about creating impactful change, making a significant difference in the lives of individuals and organizations by enhancing their performance and well-being. Number 3, we talked about career flexibility, tailoring your coaching practice to your passions, specifically aligning on the areas that are most important to you. Number 4, continuous learning. This was yesterday, staying at the forefront of coaching methodologies and personal development, ensuring both you and your clients are getting the best and most up-to-date information. And number 5 is financial rewards. With dedication to the right strategies, performance coaching can be a lucrative career offering various revenue streams. Excuse me. So I'm going to talk through this real quick and I'll share one of my favorite parts. The first most important part is we never start with the money. Notice it's number 5 on the list. When people show up and I have the opportunity to read through their application to join us as a performance coach, I always listen for, do they care about something more than just themselves? If someone comes in and starts off the application of, how much money can I earn doing this? It's a great question. It's valid. Oftentimes I'll recommend a different course for them. If that's the number 1 driver they're looking for, that's not the core of our community. That's not the ethos of who we are and what we do. The ethos of who we are and what we do in this community are people who care about something more than themselves. I was talking to a gentleman yesterday. He's a pastor. He has, a handful of kids, 2 of which are adopted. He's this incredible human. And I was like, gosh, I can hear it in who he is, that he cares so much about more than just what's in it for him and how much he can make. And so I really, really find it important to attract and find people who are dedicated to something more than just themselves so that we can equip them with the tools that they can go make a lasting positive difference in people's lives. The question I use when I'm listening to someone is, does the world need more of this and what this person is up to? And if I find the yes, then we will get into the financial conversation around coaching. One of the things I've learned is a way to think about this. And so the way I think about it is ROI. What is the return of your investment? How quickly do you have the potential to make your investment back? Then the second type of ROI is, what is the return multiple on your investment? What is the potential multiple you can make in the future with these tools or skills? And so I take this program and I said, okay, if there was a $7,000 investment that someone were to make, how long would it take them before they could earn $7,000 back? And I was like, well, with the skills and the tools and the information they've learned, we've prepared them to be able to charge, let's say, $500 a month for a client if they're brand new, or maybe if they have a business client, it's $1,000 a month. These are 6-month contracts. So if they got one client at $1,000 a month for a 6-month contract, they would have earned back their $6,000. If they had 2 clients at $500 a month for a 6-month contract, they would have earned back their $6,000. And I said, wow, so we priced this in a way where the investment of time, effort, energy, and money they put into it, they could earn the financial side back within 1 to, let's say, 3 clients. 1 to 3 clients for 6 months, and they've earned back their first ROI. From that point, I look into the future and say, okay, well, What if they coached for 5 years or 10 years? Well, if they coached for 10 years and each year they got their 3 clients, just like year one, that means they would get a 9 times multiple on their investment. Year one, they got their first ROI back. Each year after that, if they coached 1 to 3 clients a year in those price ranges, they'd get a multiple return where they end up getting a 9x or almost a 10x return on their original investment, financially speaking. And I was like, wow, that's a great opportunity. And that's how I based the financial side of this. Could someone invest an amount and get back that amount within 1 year? And then could they multiply it the next 9 or 10 years in the future, and each year land up in total getting a 10x return on their investment financially? And if that was true, I think we're setting people up to win. Now, the other side of this, which I'm going to turn to you, is someone could actually build an entire career out of this.
Is that a question or a statement?
That is a statement. What are your thoughts on that statement?
Absolutely. So how I see people doing this are either one, a full-time career, or two, a side hustle. Those are like the two main things. Other ways people have taken this and applied the skill sets that they learn are in whether it's in books or speaking engagements or trainings that they do, retreats that they do. But for the people that one thing I think that is highly overlooked actually when it comes to the return on investment, and I actually thought you were going to say return on impact, which was kind of funny because we were talking about impact all day today and the impact that PCU makes on people. Um, anyway, so I digress. The how people take these tools to their company to elevate themselves, whether through a promotion, it could be it could be in any way, right? It could be across, it could be up, but it's a way to get more exposure within their company. I've seen this play out especially well, actually, for our alumni that just finished up our program, and he's from Oracle, and he immediately used these tools in front of a senior leadership team, and it had a great amount of feedback come back from VPs, executives, and said, we want you to speak in front of 1,000 people and share that same thing. And that was specifically a tool that came from Performance Coach University. So I'm super proud of that. So people often will take this to their workplace, even if they're not in yet a coaching role, but if they're a manager or a leader, there's tremendous impact there. So immediately you see return there. And obviously there's a lot of new a thing that I'm seeing a lot of are people looking for specifically accredited performance coaches.
Yeah.
And when I say accredited, it's us, but also us because we're ICF accredited, right? So being trained by us also gets you in and ahead of others because you have this special accreditation, which is seen as the gold standard. And I would even say we push that envelope, that we challenge that regularly to continue to raise the standard in Performance Coach University. So that's another area. I actually had get this, I had someone that was a 30-year, I want to say her career was 30 years in administration, and she wanted to start coaching other administrators to perform at their highest level. And so we were talking, and she said, I'm reaching out because even with all my experience and all of my track record, awards, accolades, everything, they want me to be like get certified properly. And I think that that is something too that people often overlook is that's great. You've had a ton of experience, but you're more likely to fall into a mentor role than you will be in a coach role. And there are very specific organizations and companies that are understanding the difference between, a boss, a leader, a mentor, whatever, and really want the coaching skills. They really want to know that you've been trained at the best place possible with the best skills and tools possible. And that's what they're inviting and promoting within their organization or hiring from outside. So a lot of people, I think they do like the idea of creating a side hustle. And we have a brilliant business training program specifically on how to grow and scale your coaching business.
Yep.
I'm so I'm proud of us because every year we go back and revisit it to make sure it is the latest and greatest strategy and tactics that work.
Yep.
Um, that being said, that is a great option within it that alone will pay for the program itself if you use everything that's in there. So, yeah, so the side hustle is available if that's your option, but also full time, we have that whole bonus training set up to support them. So they don't have
Yep.
to go anywhere else, which I'm really proud of. And I literally have these conversations regularly with our students of just, quick feedback or laser coaching or anything to help them get to that next level. And we've seen, you know, uh, Brandy, for example, who is an alumni of our program, she is only working, I don't know if I told you this, 15 hours a month, and she's doing six figures. And she did that within year one.
Yep.
What's incredible about that is she's so crystal clear on her priorities and her values in life. And so as a mom and as a wife and her husband's a business owner, like she's realized like I need to make sure to take care of the home front first and then the business. And some people grind themselves thinking that's how it has to be done. But when you get really crystal clear on who it is that you serve and you apply the training that we teach you in the program, you can have a business where you're working only 15 hours. It may not work for everyone. I can't promise those results, but I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
And I continue to see the return play out, whether it's in corporate, whether it's after you're retired, or even if it's as your business, but you're only doing it on like part-time hours, which is incredible. Anyway, that's my
Yeah,
thoughts.
I'm gonna throw something in here. So there's something we were working on this morning that's really important. And every single person who's ever taken this program, I see Coach Bally and a few others here with us live. Every single person who's taken the program, I always ask at the end, now that you've graduated, you've seen the tools, you have the experience. Here's my question for you. Who in your life do you think could benefit by having these tools? And let me ask you a different way. Do you think if your parents, if your teachers, if your community, let's say firefighters, doctors, nurses, all the people who were involved in your life as you grew up, if they would have had these skills, what might have been different?
Yeah.
And the most consistent thing I hear is everything would have been better. Like, golly, it would have changed the experience. And I asked this, if you had teachers growing up, how many of you had a teacher that one conversation, either before class or after class, one conversation in the hallway, whatever, one conversation sparked inside of you something that made you feel like you could do it, like it was worth doing, like your dreams were possible, like you had what it took to really make something big happen in the world, or you could make that difference where you believed in yourself. Just one conversation. And how many of us had at least one teacher where you had one conversation and you left thinking, God, I really don't know if my life's going to turn into anything. And it wasn't a bad intent. They just didn't have the tools to inspire you, to ignite in you, to bring you to your best self, to have you craft an empower identity, to ask you an empowering question, to get you to focus on the opportunity. They didn't have those tools. And so my thought is, if I wanted to impact 1 billion lives, as crazy as that sounds, how could we do it? How could we impact 1 billion young people? And the thought that came to mind was there's 90 million teachers in the world. If we could, and each teacher roughly has about 25 students in their class, according to ChatGPT, and this concept of if we could find a way to get to those 40 million teachers times 25 students, that would affect 1 billion young people's lives every single year. And that really lit my soul on fire this morning, that conversation. And I was like, well, we have lots of teachers who've come and participated in the program, but we have a lot who decided not to do it just because the price was too expensive and teachers don't earn a whole lot. So I said, what if we did something crazy? What if we did a buy one, gift one, meaning anytime someone signs up themselves to get these tools, we would allow them to nominate a teacher that they believe in that wants to do it. And we would offer a specially crafted program to that teacher to teach them the fundamental coaching tools around psychology, performance, decision making, understanding why people do what they do, understanding how to help them find the right options and make powerful life decisions. What if we did that moving forward? And so it's something we're going to bring to life. And our goal is to figure out if we can affect 1 billion young people's lives every single year by getting 40 million teachers through this curated program of coaching tools specifically for teachers. And so, my thought here is it's a way to not only benefit your own life to gain these tools, but for each person who signs up, we'll starting, today, and we're going to go back to the hundreds of people, which I did the math. And I think in the last couple of years, we've had 200 people get certified. And so that thought, if 200 people have been certified and they each nominated a teacher, that would allow us to impact 5,000 young people's lives every single year with these tools through those teachers and getting those teachers trained up on these tools. So anyways, my thought on the financial return and the impact return, that thought would be, and here's one of our members, Bally, says, that's incredible, especially if as there's financing available for those wanting coaching. Absolutely. So we could figure out how to do this, and we're working in the background. But if you're interested, I see Dr. Williams said,
or if you're connected to like
educational administrators, principal, and superintendents need these tools. Absolutely. I agree with that. And so the thought of, we're going to do a little bit of research and figure out how to, cut down the program to be exactly what teachers need and maybe add the pieces that might be missing. But we'd like to invite you that if you want to come and join us and get certified as a performance coach yourself, if you would, please think of a teacher or someone that you could nominate who'd be interested in this as well. And if you bring us their information, we will reach out to them when this program comes online, and they'll be first in line to get that teacher support program as a gift from you to them for becoming certified yourself. That way you get the tools and your life gets better. You have the earning potential and opportunity to either better your career path or create that side hustle or business. And you'll know that that teacher now has the skills to affect all those young people's lives for the many years they'll be teaching themselves. So that's kind of our fun offer to both not only how you can financially benefit, but how you can make a larger impact and much more than just yourself in the world. Anyways, I know my wife has to go. I have to go too. Thank you for tuning in. It was great to see you all. I will throw fireworks your way. No fireworks. What the heck? Ta-da.
All right, great work.
Okay. See y'all later.